Inner peace is the only thing that we need in this life. And when I say inner peace, I'm talking about that calm knowing that everything will be okay. The calm knowing that no matter what I go through in this life, no matter who comes, who goes, I will be okay because I have myself. I think something that we lose sight of as a society is that nothing good comes from stressing. Nothing good comes from worrying about the worst possible outcomes or things that are simply out of your control. The only thing that is worth giving thought or prioritizing is our inner peace. And I think something that we need to practice more of is prioritizing it and making sure that we are taking the time for ourselves to check in and make sure that we are doing fine so that we can make sound decisions and sound choices. Because the more that we live in our minds, the harder it is for us to live in the world. Something that I'm practicing more of is being more mindful. And I consider myself to be somebody who's extremely mindful and self-aware, but I am still human. And it's difficult for me to step outside of myself and ground myself into my reality, especially when I am not doing something to iron out my thoughts. The thing that led to me making this video is because I was on a walk with my dog and I was thinking about all of the possibilities that I could do today because it is Sunday and I technically don't even have to make this video today, but I think that it would be important that I did because it's something that would help me as well as help you to, honestly, me sharing my experience, I feel like will definitely help somebody who's probably going through something similar. So I Uber and I make content, I make music, and everything that I do is entirely up to me. I essentially could just wake up and not do anything, but obviously I will get nowhere. So I make sure that I take care of what I need to take care of. However, today is Sunday and I felt the urge to want to relax because I just feel like relaxing. But there was another part of me that was saying, oh, but you got to make money. How are you going to make money for your rent? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? And it just got me thinking, is this even my thoughts? Whose fear is this that I'm afraid of taking time for myself? Why am I being demonized right now for taking time for myself? And then I just had an epiphany where, man, I really just have to calm down and relax. And what I did in that moment is I just focused on my breathing and went down the emotional ladder from stress, anxiety, fear to more of a calm, cool and collected state of mind or state of being, so that I'm able to decipher what it is that I actually want to do or what is it that I need in this moment. And it gave me a lot of clarity. It made me realize that I needed to take time to sit down and rest and reset so that I could figure out what is it that I want to do. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can do the same because I think that's something that we don't have a lot of knowledge or person or people in our day-to-day lives who carry that sense of peace to help us get through the day when we're feeling negatively about a situation. So something that I want to share with you, if you're still here watching, I want you to understand that when you live in your thoughts, it's very hard for you to live in the world. So when you're looking at your day-to-day life and there's something that you're stressing about, you're not being present. You're allowing your thoughts to consume who you are or who you are trying to be in that moment. And something that I saw in a video, I think it was a profound pondering video, he was talking about if it's, I think he said something along the lines of, if all you can do is think about it, then it's probably not worth thought. And I think that that quote is so good because you could spend hours thinking about so many possible scenarios or so many different scenarios of what you could potentially do. But if you never take the action, how will you ever know the outcome? So my message to you is that in these moments where you are spiraling or going down a negative, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're compounding negative thoughts or negative emotions, take a step back and just breathe. Because I think that's something that we don't do enough. We don't take time to process our emotions, and in turn we just carry whatever unresolved thoughts we have all throughout the day. And something that I've realized when it comes to doing that is that you start to misdirect your frustration at different people or different things. It's very important for you to be gentle with yourself and be your best friend. Be that person that you can confide in. What do I mean by that? When I think of unresolved emotions that I carry within myself, I think of a little boy who didn't get that attention growing up, who felt as though that it was wrong to feel negatively about something. But we can't really help the emotions that we feel because we're human. And the emotions that we feel is just natural, and they're just emotions. There's nothing good or bad about it. It's what we do with it that makes it so. So, something that I like to practice when I'm feeling something that I can't necessarily figure out instantly, because it is a negative emotion, and I think it's a lot harder to process negative emotions than positive ones. I take a step back and ask myself, what is it that I'm avoiding, or what is it that I need to tend to? Because I think that's the root cause of a lot of unprocessed emotions, where we aren't giving ourselves that attention that we need. And it is something that's difficult. Something that helped me get to this point was journaling, where I would write out what it is that I'm thinking, because my brain slows down and it allows me to look at everything. Now, I don't do that anymore because I do a lot better of a job of processing my emotions, but something else that I do is going on walks. Going on walks is something that I do often because it's very beneficial. It helps me really monitor what it is that I'm giving my energy to, what it is that I'm focusing on, because where we focus our attention, that's what grows. So I try my best not to give too much thought to the negative experiences, because more times than not, the thoughts that I give it is a lot worse than the situation itself. So inner peace is something that, it's not something that you get from the world, it's something that you give yourself. And I think something that we can all do a better job of is being our own peace. I remember when people would ask me, what is it that I'm looking for in a partner? And I would say, someone to be my peace. But I wasn't even being my own peace. And when I say be my peace, I'm being somebody who can give me peace. However, there's nothing that nobody can give you that you can't give yourself. Does that make sense? Let me rephrase that. There is nothing that anybody can give you. You have to give it to yourself first. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Because for a long time, I would pray to God and I would pray for peace, patience, love, and positivity. And I would think that He would give it to me in a person. And sometimes He would, but I would never feel that sense of fulfillment. Why? Because it all starts with me. It all starts with you. So when you are thinking of an external situation or an external thing to give you that sense of fulfillment, happiness, or peace, understand that that will never be the thing that gives it to you. You have to give it to yourself first. And prioritize peace. Prioritize calmness, serenity in your day-to-day. And try to find activities that give you that sense of peace and positivity, because it is in those little pockets where you start to unravel how to actually cultivate peace for longer extended periods of time. Because I think that's something that, something like peace, calmness, serenity, that's something that you have to work at. In a world where we have so many distractions, whether it be social media, parties, drugs, what have you, there's a lot of chaos. And it's very hard to step away from those things and learn how to cultivate peace, because if I'm being honest, a lot of healing comes from peace and serenity, because we're able to think clearly and make sound decisions. So my message to you to take away from this video is to prioritize your peace. Prioritize your calmness, your serenity, because I think the more that we do that, or the more that you do that, the easier it'll be for you to make sound, wise, and thoughtful decisions. And not only for yourself, but for those around you as well. Because I think that's something that I lose sight of when I think of, man, what am I even doing all of this for? Me being calm and stuff like that. And then I run into somebody who is going through just the worst possible situation, and I just have a simple conversation with them. And in that moment, whether it be a 10, 15, 20-minute conversation, I gave them that sense of peace and that confirmation that it does exist in the world, because I think that that's something that we are missing a lot of. So this isn't only for you, but it's for the people that you come across in your life as well. So in closing, prioritize your peace. Take time for yourself to relax and iron out your thoughts and make sense of what it is that you're thinking, so that you're able to get back to a even keel homeostasis and ground yourself in your reality. Because the more that you can do that, the more that you will attract good things into your life. Okay? That was a lot better. I had to do a second take because my dog was acting like an asshole, but I think we did a good job. If you made it this far in the video, thank you all so much. I appreciate you. If you didn't make it this far in the video, I appreciate you as well for clicking on the video. What else? I think that's about it. I'm gonna catch you all in the next one. Peace.